This Moon Man podcast proudly presented by National Tiles Trade Megastore. Coming soon to 55 Burke Road, Alexandria.
Good morning and welcome to Tuesday, everybody.
Nick Kyrgios appears to have split with his girlfriend, Chiara Passari.
What?
For all of you tennis fans out there that want to keep abreast of matters at the heart of our tennis players, first of all, he smashes his racket, then she breaks his heart. Oh.
Poor Nick.
During the tennis tournament, the loved-up pair shared a number of sweet messages to one another across social media, which you do to show everyone that you're in love.
When you're not in love, I reckon the more social media you have publicly, the less happy your relationship is on the inside.
I would never declare my love for someone across social media. I may send my wife loving texts, but I don't want everyone else to see
How
my life.
sweet you are.
You're posting photographs of your relationship on social media, you're a loser of the highest calibre.
Oh, really? It's on your ranking.
Absolutely. What a disgrace. Anyway, so public declarations of love on Valentine's Day. Oh, really? Just tell a person. Be genuine about it. Chiara Passari, you've gone down in my estimations. But the relationship seems to have soured with an emotionally charged text exchange between the pair posted on Passari's private Instagram account. While the context of the texts and messages sent before the screenshot was taken is unclear, the tone of those that follow is particularly clear, particularly from the tennis bad boy. Shall I read them out? Do you want to you read out Chiara?
Okay.
No, I'll read out Kyrgios. I think the K is for Kyrgios there.
Yeah, I think so.
In the first message that can be seen, Kyrgios writes, "Bye, you got a dude there, too good.
He keeps double texting.
You disgust me,
Lots of laughing.
Lots of forced laughter.
I don't think he really is laughing in real life.
Is please don't leave me, please.
I'm begging you.
I'm begging you.
I've got nothing
Not
else.
only do I want the boobs, but I need the emotional support too.
No, in the lead up.
And sometimes it's hard for a man to put those together and wrap up into his emotional expressions. But please don't take the boobs away.
In the lead up to this, he had posted a picture on social media accusing her of cheating on him. So I think that he's a bit jealous and has trust
That's
issues.
the ha-ha, you got a dude there, ha-ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then finally, after texting all that, so good, enjoy your life. What does HSHS mean?
That's
Maybe.
mashing a keypad.
She finally responds with, "You just told me everything without even knowing."
Ha 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 ha.
And
he's like, what?
And she writes, I'm sorry you hate yourself.
And then Kyrgios.
He writes, good luck. Good luck, lady.
Oh, I do feel sorry for Kyrgios because I think inside him there's this like little boy that's vulnerable and insecure, and when it looks like people are going to leave him, he just goes a bit crazy. And it's a bit like when he thinks he's going to lose a tennis match, he just goes any slight thing of failure, he goes
and
nuts.
chink in the armour and he just loses it. In the end, she has the last laugh. She says, "Be in Canberra the rest of your life." Or is that him to her?
That's Kyrgios to her because she lives in
That
Canberra.
is a burn.
That is a nasty bird.
Be in
Be in Canberra the rest of your life.
We could have forgiven everything else, but that's too far.
I know what
Kyrgios.
it's like to have your heart broken and try and pretend that everything's okay. I did take that long trip to Dubbo. My girlfriend, probably the first one that really took my heart, Corinne. She went to live in Mudgee, so I decided to travel from Bayswater, Victoria to Mudgee. Got on a bus, on a Greyhound.
Was there a movie?
Yeah, there was a
Would have
movie.
been what? Do you remember what movie
I can't
played?
remember the movie. I think it was The Bodyguard.
Sorry, this reminds me of The Castle.
Well, whatever the movie was, obviously tickled your fancy because we know what happened next.
Yeah, well, what happened was it was doomed from the start because as we were pulling into Dubbo and Corinne was there in her uncle's Mitsubishi Triton to pick me up, I'd fallen asleep in the morning sun. Overnight trip, like 16 hours or something. Horrendous. Pulling into Dubbo and the dappled sunlight's coming through the windows. I'm having a morning nap and I have what is termed a nocturnal explosion, I think.
I think that's the right term.
In year 8 biology.
A wet dream.
A wet dream. And
The old
I'm in my
sprinkler.
trackies. And I just hear, Dubbo! And so I wake up and I go, oh no. Oh, Jesus. And look across at the person sitting opposite me who must have just seen me kind of writhing around with the eyes rolling in the back of my head. It's like, are you okay, mate? It's like, oh, can you bag? Just like, I'm a mess. Hi, Corinne. We need to go home straight away. Let's go and have some breakfast. No.
Home, change,
Home.
shower. This bloke, he's for the workers. This music means we got him on the line, the big boss of the Consolidated Union of National Transport.
Oh, wait, so if that acronym was on, I don't know, like a music stage, that would be the C.
You wouldn't put it on a music stage because no one wants to go and see that acronym. Len McCluskey's on the line. Good morning, Len.
Good morning to you, Pansy, you Tory bastard, and to you, Moon Man, you card-carrying unionist pinko, and you, of course, Lady Jess Ava. I tell you what, I'm in a bloody state today, mate. Unite we stand, divided we fall, no ticket, no start. And remember that the Tories are trying to take food from the mouths of the working classes.
Yeah. Now, what's going on, Len?
Well, I'd like to shut down the music industry today in memory of the great Michael Gudinski that started Mushroom Records and Frontier Touring. I mean, let's remember what the Australian music industry once was. Ozzy Crawl, the Boys Light Up, Cold Chisel, Working Class Hero, and Chrissy Amplet and the Divinals touching themselves. What you got now? Stan Walker. Bloody hell. Garth Sebastian, Angels brought me here. Did they? Is he? Bloody hell. All the rubbish you're playing on that station. Pearl Jam, I'll tell you what, I've tasted some different jams in my time, but I wouldn't want to put that on my toast.
No, wouldn't have thought so, Len.
And the bloody Killers? What, you're advocating murder? This is all wrong, this is. It's gone to hell. It's all auto-tune R&B and lime cordial. I mean, not my cup of tea. In fact, not a cup of tea, a cup of lime cordial. I mean, come on. Think of a better band name than that. Remember the good old days when rock and roll artists used to die at 27.
Yes.
When Stevie Nicks had taken so much cocaine her septum fell out and she had to use her bot. I mean, Bon Scott having the good grace to choke to death on his own whammy. I mean, Kurt Cobain blowing his brains out. The good old days of rock and roll. Now everyone's celebrating 40th birthdays and what have you. But what is he, 52? Smash your guitar, man, give it away.
Len McCluskey, thank you very much.
Straight out of the file of getting him blind on a plane, a man from North Hollywood, Seksung Kumtong. Is he?
He's from North Hollywood.
Is he?
Is he?
He had a few drinks and became disorderly on a flight to Tokyo last year.
Kumtong. You reptile Kumtong.
No, yes, it's Kumtong.
That's what
Make sure you say it with an M, not an N. Seksung Kumtong.
From North Hollywood.
Yeah, from North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Is he?
He was on a flight to Tokyo, so maybe his people are from Japan originally, as my father would have said. Where are your people from? He would ask that. Someone would come home, with an exotic sounding surname, and Dad would go, "Where are your people from?"
Well, he was probably inquisitive. It probably wasn't even a racial thing.
No, it wasn't racial at all. Because if I was asked that, my people are from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Where are your people from? Kumtongs are from Tokyo. And when I say Kumtong, I'm not talking about a particular type of tong. I'm talking about the family.
Not a kitchen utensil.
I reckon the boss might have a chat about that one after the show.
I just don't know if I would go to a shop that said Kumtong dumplings.
I'll use my fingers, thanks.
Not even joking.
No, I'll eat it straight off the plate with my face. I don't want anyone called Kumtong anywhere near my food. Anyway, let's get back to the story.
What's he done?
Seksung. I mean, what a first name too, Seksung. Is this one of those stories that's made up for
Michael Usher on a Friday?
Because we do a segment on Fridays called Is It Real News? And this doesn't feel real. Anyway, normally booze on a long-haul international flight is free. except for Seksung Kumtong, because it turns out, Seksung, if you physically attack the flight attendants when they stop serving you, the plane is then diverted to Alaska and all the passengers need to be given food vouchers and put up in hotels whilst you're being arrested by the FBI. Those drinks are no longer free. Mr. Kumtong, you are a disgrace.
Right, now it is time for Moonman's Skit Pitch.
Normally we have our creative meetings behind closed doors and off the air, but skit pitch has become a bit of a tradition here at Moonman in the Morning where I put ideas up. We have what we call a blue light or a green light session or a blue sky where there's no bad ideas.
That's
just
the rules
ideas.
of a brainstorm, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Turns out sometimes those rules are wrong, Paigey.
I'm a bit upset that this segment doesn't have an opener, hasn't got some kind of natty music. Oh, now it's time for
worry.
skit pitch.
We'll write an
But it is
email.
organic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Previous ideas on skit pitch is Dave Warner Brothers, where Dave Warner plays all the characters from Looney Tunes, Foghorn Leghorn. Now, boy, listen to me, boy.
I think we reached out to Dave Warner and he politely
He said
declined.
no.
The one I really liked was the drink driving range, where you get drunk and drive your car around while people hit golf balls at
That's
you.
right. If you're caught over .05, you
Yes.
have to drive your car onto a driving range and then just suffer the consequences. People drive a Shrixon into your passenger side window. I also like David Jones, Alan Jones, where you go to David Jones, try something on, and you come out of the dressing room, and there's Alan Jones commenting on your outfit.
Oh, Suede, really? Really? Holy Nelly, get out, go back to Maya.
What do you think about my large collared paisley shirt?
It's impalatable.
I like that.
With the Amazing Race starting on TV recently, I loved The Amazing Racist.
The Amazing
I thought that was
Racist,
very
where
good.
Mark Latham, Pauline Hanson and Kerry Ann Kennelly have flown to different parts of the world and advise the local inhabitants what they think about their culture and customs.
We're still working
Anyway.
on casting on that one.
Let me move on to today's skit pitch, because there are some great ideas out there, including the new Volvo Ute. Jam as much building materials as you can into your Volvo.
That's good advice.
Volvo.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, today's skit pitch, tennis fan or brain injury. We show you someone laughing at a moth, and you have to tell us whether the person is a tennis fan or whether they've acquired a brain injury.
We might need our social media team on board for
Yeah.
that one. It's very
It might be divisive amongst tennis fans.
Yeah.
and moths. Why?
Well, they do. Tennis fans are very interesting. In fact, it could be tennis player or brain injury. We just have a person screaming into an empty stadium, Novak Djokovic style, and then you have to decide whether they're a tennis player or whether they've got an acquired brain injury. Now,
I mean, you've
let's
got a
move on.
50-50 chance. As a gambler, I quite like 50-50.
I think you like that idea more than you're letting on. Hughesy, We Have a Problem is on Channel 10. There's a variety of potentials for that show. Hughesy, that photo of you dressed as Kamal at a party in the 80s has come back. We have a problem. Hughesy, that kid you hit, his dad's a judge. We have a problem.
So it's like Hughesy, we really have a problem. Like
This
really
is a
fun on
serious
TV.
This is-
problem.
this is
Yeah.
Oh no! What are we going to do? I like this one. We play a game called the Falcon with NRL players. We get rugby league players and we hit them in the head with an actual Ford Falcon.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. And if you can sustain it, you're the champion Falcon. This is one that I'm going to run past you, and I think it's the winner of today. So I'll leave us with this one. So Holy Moly is a terrible show on Channel 7. And we only say that because Channel 7 have now stopped advertising it on our show, and so we can go whole hog.
Wait till how much we love it when they advertise again.
Oh, when
Mate,
they
we
advertise
will
it again.
change our mind.
Well, maybe the show will change when they advertise again.
of course it would.
It's a new series of Holy Moly. It's two teams, nuns versus strippers. Holy moly.
Bravo, greenlit, greenlit.
Yesterday we went out for a succulent Chinese meal, and I had a gig last night, so I had a full-on sleep in the middle of the day. Wake up, got to get in the shower again, start all over again. So you do
2
end up
days
with
in one day.
2 days in one day. Now, earlier in the week, I'd done a gig because it's festival season for stand-up comedians, and we're all starting to, get match fit, knock the rust off, and tighten that muscle. Tuesday night at the Enmore, I sucked the big one.
Stunk the joint up.
Oh, yeah, I was awful.
Said that your timing was off.
Everything was off. I went on and I was actually confronted by the idea of an audience.
We
It's
haven't
like,
seen one for
no,
so long.
and so I got in there and went, oh, that's right. It's my responsibility to make you laugh. And all the faces are like, please, funny man, make us laugh.
And you're looking down and in the front row, you go, oh, she looks like a feminist. Oh.
You're at the wrong show.
No, I was doing a routine about, losing confidence in the boudoir. And I looked down and there's a 23-year-old girl with a kind of a really quizzical, creased look on her face. She's looking at me like, why am I watching a middle-aged guy talk about sex?
Why did she buy tickets to a middle-aged man's show?
That's me
Yeah.
in a paranoid state
Okay, so it didn't
projecting
really
onto her.
happen. Okay.
So you're in an actual tailspin and you're starting to think what people might be thinking. Cognitively, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay. Well, you're always brilliant, so it probably was
stop
in
it,
your
am
own
I?
hand. Yeah. Did you pardon? Yeah, you're brilliant.
How funny am I?
Very,
Oh,
mate.
Let's
very.
get out of here.
So funny.
Let's not go that far, but yeah.
Want to come back to mine?
No, I don't. You're funny.
So last night I went for redemption at the Comedy Store, and man, I smashed it! Yes, he's back, baby. I went out, and it's all about attitude. Life is a confidence game. Whatever you do, if you're not feeling on your game, then you're not going to be on it. Like Henry Ford once said, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're probably right.
You're right either way.
Yeah.
So good. What was your standout piece of gear from last night?
I spoke about, not wanting to be one of those guys that talks to the younger generation and go, oh, back in my day, we didn't have avocados or social media. But one of the things that I don't understand is the youth of today, their war on pubic hair, because I like pubic hair. And I talk about you haven't lived until you've choked on a pube.
It's actually true.
Until you've gone,
You're right.
unless you've made that sound, you haven't been alive.
Now, Moon, was there any other difference between your failed gig at the Enmore and your great gig last night? Maybe something in the lead up, something in the preparation? Was there a difference?
You are leading the witness, Christopher Page, and there was a difference. On Tuesday, I went alcohol-free all day, and I went onto that stage without a drink passing my lips.
Yeah.
Last night, I went and did that gig after a massive lunch.
Okay.
And so it's a bad equation that you're sending me. It's like, oh, you should drink before gigs. No, I shouldn't.
Well, maybe you should. I don't know.
We love Kevin McLeod and Grand Designs, and that's why we've dragged him over from the ABC.
Yeah.
And today he's doing Grand Designs on what most of us would consider an absolute nightmare.
Hello, I'm Kevin McLeod, and welcome to Grand Design's Toddler's Birthday Party. When you have toddlers, they say the days are long, but the years are short. Never wish away a moment with your little angel, as before you know it, another year will be gone and another birthday party celebrated. For my friends Cheryl and Philip, throwing a second birthday party for their son Oliver was an exciting milestone. And when I received an invitation, I had the exact same feeling as all the other invitees. Me, another Saturday ruined. While 2-year-old birthday parties are a proud, joyous occasion for the parents of the child, every other adult guest is lamenting the ways they could be better spending their precious weekend. But no, someone, usually a woman, will insist that attending the party is the right thing to do. Of course, the 2-year-old has no idea what day it is, and the party is purely about the parents. But we still have to buy a present. A wasted Saturday and a trip to Kmart, or Big W, or Woolies. Oh, how very kind of you. To make matters worse, the party is not being held at a venue or a residence, but at a park in Marrickville. I wryly mused that the theme of the party must be homeless, and considered buying an outfit from Vinnie's and relieving myself in it. You know, just to fit in. I arrive at the party and it's in full swing, as in there's children screaming on swings. But never fear, a fold-out table with a frozen tablecloth is home to an array of delicious snacks. Every guest has chipped in and brought along a dish. There's cheesels, fairy bread, cheesels, chips, cheesels, carrot and dip, cheesels, cheesels, cupcake, and cheesels. I dutifully add to the spread, setting down my cheesels that I've also brought along, confident that my contempt for this event is not exclusive. I try to avoid eye contact with other parents, but inevitably, a chatty inner west dad mistakes my misery for a desire for conversation and proceeds to talk to me about microbreweries and Albo, whoever that is. I manage to endure 10 minutes or so before faking a medical episode, then quickly recovering and suggesting we cut the cake sooner rather than later. Hip, hip, hooray. The candles are blown out, happy birthday is sung, followed by an awkward pause to see which tool is going to call out hip, hip. When the third hooray is done, I say goodbye to the parents of the child, ensuring they know I was there for the candles, and hot-footed back to my car. The sound of an engine starting has never been so sweet as I speed away from the hell on earth that it's a toddler's birthday party. I'm Kevin McLeod. This has been Grand Designs. Goodbye.
Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, why do you have to be there for the candles?
I
Why is that
know.
the finish line?
It's BS.
Stop children's birthdays until they can read.
Or be at a bar.
The Sydney woman is the toast of Facebook, Facebook Marketplace, after she placed an ad to sell a pair of Tiffany earrings that were sent to her by her husband's mistress. Now, it is a mistress power play here. I'm not 100% up to speed with the rules of being a mistress, but normally you're on the side, in the dark. You know you're never going to get married to him. He's not going to leave his wife and family.
No.
You're a mistress.
Sometimes he says he's going to. He promises
He
the
always
mistress
promises
the world.
that. When you're on a holiday with your mistress, you're on the Goldie, you're having a great time. You've been to a shooting gallery, that beautiful one there on Cavill Avenue.
A lot of bum grabs at the pool, that's a little bit
bum grab.
honeymoony.
A lot of hashing, but I'm pretty sure one of the first rules is don't send stuff to the wife of the bloke you're hooking up with.
Did she do it on purpose?
Yes, she did. She sent them on purpose, deliberately saying, I don't want these.
What a terrible other woman she is.
The wife, yes.
Not doing her
Painting.
job. You're the other woman. Do your job. Shut up.
Yes, that's right. You're a gumara, as they say in Italian. You get gifts, you do your job, you keep quiet. Now, the wife got her own back on the Facebook Marketplace ad. She said, I have no desire to insert anything into my holes that have already been in hers.
Well, everyone's got to stand for something in life,
That
don't
is a
they?
sweet burn, isn't it? And that's a figurative burn, by the way, not a literal burning feeling anywhere.
But we don't know for sure. Could be.
That's a mistress power move, though. She had replied, hey, these earrings keep scratching my ankles. Maybe you should have them.
Oh, my God. I get that.
Very good.
You get that?
Yes.
Ankles,
Got it.
ears.
Yeah.
Got it?
Took
Yeah,
a second. Got it.
Time for Moon Man to be the arbiter of what's right and wrong with the world. Yes, strap in for you can't do that.
Very rarely do we do a lost and found here on The Can't, but today it is a lost and found. Lady Gaga has had 2 of her 3 French bulldogs stolen in what can only be described as a heist. She has a professional dog walker who was attacked at gunpoint. He refused to relinquish the dogs. The rotten dog thief shot him.
Oh, my.
Police say that he is expected to survive his wounds. He was shot in the chest. 2 of the dogs were stolen. The third one made off, but was later recovered. Rotten dog thief. You can't. Lady Gaga has posted a reward of $500,000. Did you see Jess's eyes light up then? She's already packing her bag for LA.
Serious. I do. I need some dog treats in my pocket, a whistle,
Yeah.
a ball, and some binoculars. I am going.
Well, Lady Gaga is one step ahead of you. That's why she dresses in meat, so the dogs will play with her.
Is the reward for getting the dogs back or finding the person who shot her dog walker in the chest? Like, what's she more worried about?
It's a very good question, but you would say that one will lead to the other. But the reward has been posted to recover the dogs. Oh, Lady Gaga, you can't.
Also, how desperate do you have to be as a criminal to shoot someone in the chest for a couple of dogs? Like, why don't you go to a bank?
When they say only in America, this could only happen in America. Oh, dirty dog thief. You can't. And let's go and do that this morning, Padgeois. G'day, it's the Moon Man. We're on a short break, but we'll be back on Monday, the 19th of April.
This Moon Man podcast proudly presented by National Tiles Trade Megastore. Coming soon to 55 Burke Road, Alexandria.